It's Geek Public Radio right here on geekpublicradio.com. I am Topher, and with me, as usual, Crazy Chris.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Dr. Nick. So, what is happening?
Buddy, there's a lot happening, man. It's kind of crazy. I got a little bit of time off work. I was rolling into overtime, man. Bike sales are hot, so
that's good.
Yeah, I was working super late hours, and they're like, "Hey, look, it's still winter. I know you were slinging some motorcycles, but you should probably just take some time off today." I was like, "Okay, sounds good to me." Not in a bad way, don't let a good way. So I've got to take advantage of some of this weather that we're having out here. It is gorgeous. So yeah, about you, buddy? How's the things are going? Looks there's a lot of changes in the studio, buddy.
Yeah, busy. Got a lot more stuff. Like have a rat's nest to pick through.
Because there's somebody's got to hold this in the air while we dig through this nonsense. Looks pretty good though. So yeah, we got new consoles and new equipment and all sorts of boards, stuff. New wires, new cables, and brand new headaches that are going to come along with this. Yeah. I'm serious. I'm really excited for it.
But the radio station is up and running.
Yes, the radio station is good to go, and pretty soon we're going to have all the radio station equipment to go with it, man. It's going to be awesome. Right? We have everything we need but a radio tower. Like, that's next. Let's see if we can find that for cheap.
Well, no, like I can find the transmitter for cheap and the power regulator and all that. But I have no idea how to use any of that.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So this is going to be us digging through and scouring videos. If you guys know of any videos, by the way, that would help us out, shoot them in the comment section, man. Let us
know. To wire up boards and like full consoles and stuff. Yeah, let us know.
Be great. So we were noticing, looking around the interwebs, the intertubes, we had seen some awesome rumors that are circulating around. Maybe some great news for PlayStation fans, people like myself that are
bad news for us Xbox people.
Listen, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying maybe Team PlayStation's the way to go.
Yeah, maybe. Team PlayStation's more expensive.
You're not wrong. But here's what I will say about it. At least my console's not owned by Bill freaking Gates.
Right, but I can play games on my console and then play games on my PC.
I know. And some of the games are freaking awesome, and it's awesome to have that. Was it $15 a month for Game Pass or something?
10.
Yeah, so it's even cheaper than I thought it was, which is just horrific. And
at least last I heard, like I could do the PC only, it would be like $2.99.
Oh God. Okay, well that's So, anyways,
a cough button when you need one.
Right, hit that mute button or whatever you're doing, man. Come on, so unprofessional. God, we do this for a living. Anyways, we've got Starfield and Fallout 5, possibly Elder Scrolls 6 that are going to be making their way. Possibly.
Well, see, that's the stuff like according
to the PlayStation.
To Laptop Mag, which is the first place that I pulled up, but they're saying the same thing as everybody else.
Yeah. And now we are too.
Yeah. The rumor is that
my wheezy laugh. What the hell was that? Did you hear the wheeze?
Games like Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Gears of War, and even Starfield are all rumored to be making it over to PS5.
Which they should. Now, Starfield, granted, all of these games have been out on the Xbox for quite a while.
Except for Starfield.
Yeah. Well, even Starfield's been out since what? October? Or what?
I'm talking about like Gears of War is like an anchor for.
Oh, it is.
It's an
most
anchor
certainly.
Game
but if they're not talking about releasing a new Gears of War.
Oh no, they are.
Oh, is it? Okay, that's the rumor. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not horrifically opposed to the idea, and honestly, I'm kind of excited for it. This was my greatest fear with the acquisition, and PlayStation did it too. We've had this conversation in the past. Right. You can check out some of our previous videos. But my biggest fear during that period of time was that like these exclusives were going to cause kind of a rift and like, hey man, these are great games. And at the end of the day, we're all gamers. I have a Nintendo Switch that I play the absolute crap out of. And I love my Switch and I love my PlayStation. And I'm a Nintendo fanboy at heart. I always will be. I think they have the best IPs, hands down, bar none. I don't think anything. I honestly don't even feel like it's up for argument. What you can name a couple of IPs that are cool on Xbox or on PlayStation, but they do not touch Nintendo IP. They just don't.
Well, I mean, the breadth and the time that Nintendo has.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They just, but
that's
why
they're iconic. Like
they know
Mario.
how, and they also know how to make games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time they make a game, it's literally the industry standard. Breath of Wild isn't the most visually impressive game. Neither is Tears of the Kingdom. They're not visually impressive compared to most modern AAA titles, but the scope and gameplay and the story and all that, they are masters of that craft, and they can't be touched. I'm sorry. I had more fun playing Breath of the Wild with a silent protagonist than I had playing some of the other games. Like the new Call of Duty was awful. The campaign was terrible. It was horribly written. It probably staffed and just, it was awful. Sorry, I'm just stuttering over all my words here and I don't know why, but my point being is that was my greatest fear, were that these IPs that should be universally shared amongst us all were going to be exclusive to like Starfield.
Right.
I mean, your business model.
You're not missing anything.
I've heard. But
literally, Walmart threw out all of their inventory because they couldn't sell it. They literally threw it away.
Well, if you had PlayStation users, they probably would have sold a lot more. But I really think the next step needs to be
3 cents. They had it marked down to 3 cents and couldn't move in it.
I would have bought 10 or 15 of them for that.
They threw cases and cases of them away because it was cheaper to throw them away than it was to RMT them.
That's fair. But my point is, with these games that are going to be hopefully released on the PlayStation, if they follow their business model, and they laid it out months ago, by the way, so this was not new. That they, during the acquisition of Activision, when they picked up, what was the other one they picked up? God bless, I cannot think.
Well, no, it was Activision, Blizzard, King,
and I think King was more the mobile one, wasn't it?
King's the mobile. They do Candy Crush and all of that.
That's right. Okay. But when they picked that up, they did lay out kind of like a business proposal kind of idea of how they were going to deal with exclusivity and stuff like that. Whereas Bethesda.
Yeah, but that was before.
Correct. But even then they were like, hey, let's release like these certain games after a certain period of time, which is totally fine. And exclusivity deals have been a thing in video games for a long time. I was going to say,
like, when is Sony going to come off their exclusives?
They did. Most of the Final Fantasy games were Sony exclusives first, and then now they're being
right.
released.
But there's another. There's another game that I wanted to play, but it was a Sony exclusive.
God of War?
Yeah.
But that's made by Sony, not by other agencies.
Right. Well, technically now these games are made by Microsoft.
And honestly, most of
Starfield, fully Microsoft.
It's Bethesda.
Right.
Starfield was being made by Bethesda, and it was being created before they bought Bethesda. To be fair about that it was not a Microsoft idea. Microsoft did not create that game. Microsoft owns that game. There's a difference. So all the Sony exclusives are typically made by Sony Interactive. Like those are created and maintained by Sony, which makes a little sense when you kind of break it down and say, I don't want God of War as a Sony exclusive. Now, Gears of War being released, that's huge. That's giant news. I'm like, holy crap. I didn't even realize that Gears of War was going to be made for PlayStation. That's insane to me. That is a standing Microsoft.
That'd be like saying Halo. Yeah.
Right. Halo should be a Microsoft exclusive. That's part of what drew people to an Xbox, right? Why would you have a PlayStation if you wanted to play Halo? You wanted to. I had both at one point. That's a true story. I had an Xbox 360.
I have a 4 and a X.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying and I will be buying my 5. I know it's been 3 years, but I've just never been a reason for me to buy a 5. Like,
no,
all the games are available on both consoles mostly. So
still waiting on the prices to come down.
They dropped like $50. It's not a great deal, but you can walk into pretty much any retailer now and you can find one pretty easy. So
right, no, I mean, it's not that. It's like
problem was
still about $500 versus $375 to $400 for an Xbox X.
Which Xbox is competing with itself because they're competing with PC gamers.
Well, no, they're embracing the PC side, which
they should.
Which is something I think they should. And that leads us to the next part of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
The rumor mill is that they are just looking at becoming a third-party vendor. And
that'd be wild.
Not doing
consoles.
The console.
That'd be wild.
But if you follow that train of thought, they could quite literally focus on PC because an Xbox is just a PC.
I mean, yeah, it's just a gaming PC.
Yeah. So if they focus on PC and put Steam like in their crosshairs,
availability, like a Steam availability on an Xbox.
Well, no, saying instead of bumping heads with Sony and Nintendo and all of that stuff, they third party their stuff out to those guys. They're making their licensing money off of it. And then they are just going head to head with Steam.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. I think.
I mean, what's
Epic, weird to me, though, is that
but
Microsoft
Epic also releases on the platforms, too.
I have to go look at their business model, or I have to go look at their earnings statements again. But I'm pretty sure Microsoft is in the black this year.
Well, no, they probably are.
They haven't been. Hold on now. Sony and Microsoft haven't been. Nintendo has been the only one in the black for like a decade.
Well, what I was saying about that is they sell the Xboxes at a loss.
Yeah, because they're trying to make their money off the back end.
Right.
Game Pass.
Game Pass and all that. Right. But you can keep the Game Pass money and not have to put the money out and lose the money on the console.
Yeah.
Do I want that to happen? No, I like my kick it on the
and I think that honestly, I think that they would probably lose a lot of people if they did that.
They probably would. But they would. Those games would still be played because they would be on other consoles.
Yeah, that's true.
They would lose people because
they would lose.
They're not buying. They're not putting out new consoles. But those games are now on 5 or
it's
Switch
an interesting dilemma
or whatever, and you're like, well, actually.
I feel like Booty is in charge of this decision.
Or they go, well, screw this. I'll just play it on the PC.
This sounds like a Booty decision. I just want to throw
that Booty.
It's definitely a Booty decision. Yeah. By the way, for anybody who doesn't get that reference, you guys should watch my Matt Booty. You guys should watch our Matt Booty breakdown because it's phenomenal. Matt Booty is the name of the guy. He's the executive vice president of something or another, creative, I think.
Yeah, he got a
promotion just recently. Yeah. At the expense of other people. But anyways, that's a Booty move.
Yeah, they got let go a whole lot of people and he got a promotion.
Yeah, isn't that weird? He was a Booty. Anyways, it's an interesting dilemma to me in that I can see it working. And the gamer side of me says, yeah, let's do it because I would love to play Halo on a PlayStation. And it'd be awesome. I would love to have some of the exclusive titles from Xbox on a PlayStation. I think that would be pretty freaking cool. Plus, Microsoft can then actually justify not third party, but they can actually justify cross-link, right? Because if they're going to be PC exclusive, then they would have every reason to go, hey, PC, all of our games are both PC and PlayStation cross-compatible. So
that would be awesome. Then we could sit there and
play with each.
Phrasing.
Caught it. Hey, phrasing. Hey, we're not doing phrasing anymore. Listen, I'm fine with it. I just wish somebody would have told me. What was wrong with phrasing? It was easy. But yeah, I think it would be cool. Like we could play games with each other. It'd be nice.
I play mostly PC because my hands fit that way. I have a hard time with the controller sometimes. Like
I'm the opposite.
My thumbs, I can do this, but because of the carpal tunnel and all the other, my thumb movements and all that stuff
I have no idea to this day how I don't have joint issues with my fingers and my articulation with my fingers. I mean, I still have dumb fingers. Musical theory, I'm wonderful at it. I can write down the notes. I can break down music. And if you give me a computer, I can actually compose songs. It's awesome. Playing those things, no, my fingers don't cooperate. The only thing I'm good at is trumpet because I only use 3 fingers. And I'm like, haha, I can use these all day long. Pinky and thumb, nope. No piano for me. Took me months to learn how to play 1,000 Years by Christina Perry? Christina Perry? Christina Perry. I don't remember. Christina Ricci. I don't know. Tupac. I have no idea what's happening. I don't listen to country. But anyways, trying to do those things, man, it was just difficult for me to do. So I don't typically do PC. And that's because I have to use both my pinky and my thumb on PC games. Not the thumb so much, but my pinky, it's one of those things. And I'm not great at it.
I don't know. I use these 3 fingers almost solely. WASD.
Right, but sometimes you have to hit like Alt and Shift and stuff, so you got to like bop up and like or tab, and you got to use your pinky. It was like your pinky reach, and I'm terrible at it. I'm like, haha, oh, escape. No. Right, and I'm in the middle of a freaking raid, and
why is this command Alt F4?
Exactly. Please don't hit Alt F4 on your computers. I like the idea of the cross compatibility. If that's the direction they wanted to head, I think that'd be awesome. Dropping the consoles, man. I don't think Microsoft will ever go out of the gaming market. I don't think they're never going to be in danger of that. But
right, but like dropping consoles doesn't leave them out of the gaming market.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the amount of people that it would piss off that might leave Microsoft and say, no, we're not going to be a part of this. But at the end of the day, gamers are gamers, and we buy games and we partake in the silliness of the gaming market despite ourselves. Like, when's the last successful I mean, even during Gamergate, there wasn't even a real successful boycott of gaming. It went along despite itself. No one really changed anything.
My favorite thing was I was on the phone with somebody who was I was adjusting Xfinity. I was adjusting our platform thing, and the guy was like, "Oh, I'm in billing, so I'm going to help you do all of this stuff." And and he was like, I stream and stuff from the house. I do this, I do that. And he goes, "Oh, okay. So how many hours do you have in Pal World?" And I was
it's
like,
so hot right now.
I was like, a few. And he goes, "Oh, really? I was just saying that. It's not like I actually can see what you're doing on your computer." And I was just like, yeah.
So tell me, I'm your Xfinity guy. That's your favorite website, isn't it? It's okay, buddy. Me too.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, by the way, just for anybody who wants to know or is curious, yes, in fact, your cable provider can see every website you went to. Even when you're in incognito, they can see it all. I promise. Ask me how I know.
Incognito mode is only to stop people who are on your computer
from seeing what you viewed,
seeing what it's saving it into.
Does not hide your internet activity from either your work or your provider. That's why it's important to have it. Yep, that's why it's important to have things like ExpressVPN. This is not an ad, but
we need to get them back on a sponsor.
Yeah, we need to get our sponsorship back. It was kind of hard to keep our sponsorship. We were gone for a year. So yeah, anyways.
Right.
But speaking of that, guys, if you want to take a look at some of the cool stuff that we have to offer, hopefully you're using a VPN already, but you can go to geekpublicradio.com. You can find all of our videos there. Some of the articles that we've read. Gosh, I've only done this a million times. Some of the articles that we've written, the past videos that we've done, you can see all our future content is going to be uploaded to that website. Make sure if you're watching us, man, YouTube, click the like button, click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, get notified every time we go live. We are also on Rumble. We are on X. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. We are on all your social media platforms, man. So if you guys like what we do, you want to support us, that's the best way to do it. Tell a friend, hey, these two idiots that yell at clouds, they're actually pretty damn funny. Or, hey, these two idiots that yell at clouds, they're very annoying. I don't care. Either one. Good press is bad press, whatever. I don't care. That's fine. But yeah.
Go tell a hoe, because a hoe tell everybody.
Even the mayor. Reach up in the sky for the hoes on layer. Please don't sue us, ludicrous. Anyways, yeah. So let us know, guys, what you think. Is this a good move by Xbox? Bad move by Xbox? Is it true? We might end up having to do another video where we're like, oh, Xbox trolled us all. But yeah, so right now the rumor mill seems like they're going to get some of these exclusives down to the PlayStation and maybe even just downright ditch consoles altogether. And there's our tagline. There's our title right there. Xbox ditches console? ? Or Microsoft ditches console ? Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Crazy Chris.
I'm Topher.
All right. We'll see you guys on the next one. Don't be a booty.